guys, Susan here. Thank you so much for joining me. This workout is designed to help you not only get you ready for your golf season, but to keep you limber throughout. We're going to be working on ungluing tightness, starting from your feet and working all the way up into your mid-back to help you optimize your movement. For this workout, I have my exercise mat. I've got a small towel rolled up. Mine is about the size of a baseball in width. I would go no bigger than a softball. I also have a TheraBand. So we're going to get started on the ground. You're going to be on your hands and knees. I want your knees to be 2 fist width apart. If your wrists have a hard time, I would grab a set of hand weights. So you could also make fists with your hands for anything that we do on the ground. But that way you're going to take pressure out of the wrist. So we're going to start on your hands and knees. Your knees are 2 fist width apart. Hands are right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You're going to send your tailbone high to the ceiling. The chest is tall. I want you to bring your big toes in towards each other, and you're going to rock back as you push your heels away. So you're going to rock back, push your heels away, keep your chest tall the entire time that you're doing this movement. What you may notice with this exercise is that you're feeling possibly some tightness in the ankles. You may feel some activation in your glute region. Sometimes people will even feel a stretching in their back, especially in their mid-back area. Those are just indications that we've got a little compression in the system, and this is trying to work them out. If anything that you were doing during it is creating some increased pain that is staying with you, go ahead and stop that exercise. It might not be the best for you in this moment. Okay, our next exercise, we're gonna spend 2 exercises in the same position. So I'm gonna have you take your left hand, put it on the outside of your left knee. Your right hand now goes towards the midline. You're gonna send your tailbone high to the ceiling again. Your chest is tall. This time, slide your left shin in to make space for the right leg to come right behind it. You're gonna slide your left hip back until you feel a really nice engagement in your back pocket region. Push down through your left foot and hold this shape right here. You'll notice that my chest is pointing down to the ground. So we're not, the chest isn't up, it's really down towards the ground. So we're sliding the hip straight back, pushing through the left foot like you're trying to send your heel into the ground, and the chest points down towards the ground. You should be feeling a lot of stretching and work in your back pocket region. We've got about 20 more seconds in this shape. Again, if your wrists are not used to this position, you can make fists, or you can also hold on to weights. With this exercise, the more you can send your hips back, the more you can put your weight into this leg, the less work you'll have in your hands. Okay, next, we're gonna do a slight shift of this exercise. So now you're gonna come out of it slightly. You're gonna find that engagement point again, but this time you're just gonna send your leg over and then come down. So you should be feeling like the stretch now is more on the side pocket, the side hip pocket region. So if I look at you head on, you'll notice that my foot is actually visible in this shape. My nose is right over my left knee, and I'm pushing through my left foot. I'm feeling a lot of stretch in this back pocket. My knee is also pretty right underneath my hip, so I don't have, my knee is pretty straight compared to, like, this angle is straight. It's not at a large angle there. So make sure that your knee is right underneath your hip as well. We've got 3 more seconds here, and then we're gonna switch to the other side. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the first exercise we did on the right side. So now I'm gonna frame my right leg. My right hand's gonna go on the outside of my right knee, left hand towards the midline. Slide your right shin inward this time. Tuck your left leg rather, right behind you. You're gonna slide back, keep your chest pointing to the ground, push down through your right foot until you feel a really nice stretch and glute engagement in the right back pocket. So go ahead and look down and make sure that this angle is not severe. So my knee is underneath the hip. It's not off kilter at all. So that angle should be checked out. Keep pushing through the foot. Make sure the chest is pointing to the ground. We've got about 23 more seconds here. It's actually a pretty good amount of work to do these exercises, so you may even notice that there's some soreness from doing them after you initially start. You may notice that you feel more activation in your glute region almost like immediately after you finish them. So that's can be expected. All right, now we're gonna lift the left leg up, slide it over, and then get right back into that shape. This is just gonna make the stretch go to the side pocket region. So it's just getting at a different spot in the hip. So I'm still pushing through the right foot. My head is still right over my right knee. And you'll notice that my left heel is actually rotated away, so I'm not in this type of shape. My heel is resting away from my midline of the body on my left side. We got about 10 more seconds here, and then we're gonna head to laying on our stomach. All right. Okay. So now lay all the way flat onto your tummy. For this exercise, I'm gonna have you place your hands right by your shoulders. This is gonna help you to stretch out your lower back. You're just gonna stretch all the way up as far as you possibly can, and then come back down. Stretch all the way up as far as you can. This motion should feel unrestricted. It should feel full. It should feel pain-free. If you're noticing that it feels really tight or restricted, there's a high chance that you probably just need to push through this stretch and get some mobility back. If you do happen to notice that it is making you a little bit uncomfortable after the fact, not during, but after, then the stretch might not be appropriate for you in this moment. Go ahead and stretch up about 5 more times. There's 1, 2. So we spend a lot of time sitting, and the average person bends over about 2,000 to 3,000 times a day. So this is a great way to get a nice reversal of all of the forward stress that we do with our bodies on a daily basis. This is our last one here. Okay. Now I'm gonna have you grab that small towel that we have. And here you get to put this wherever you choose. So I'm gonna put it kind of like right in the middle of my back. So it can go anywhere from below, like shoulder blades, all the way to the bottom of the rib cage. You're gonna put it horizontal along your spine. If you've got enough flexibility, let your arms just rest right above your head there. That's gonna make the stretch a little bit stronger. This part of our spine, this is our thoracic region, it tends to be really stable and tight, and so it likes a lot of force to open it up. That's why just stretching up doesn't generally feel like it's doing the job as to open you up. This little fulcrum, using time, gravity, and the fulcrum help to open up space. And I swear to you, it can be more effective than even me mobilizing someone's spine in the clinic. It is a really powerful opener. So I'm gonna just shift it down just a touch. There is, like I said, you can put it wherever you choose. I'm gonna show you a couple other variations of things that you can do with it. So you can take your hands, bring them out in front of you, make small circles. Sometimes people really feel like this is kind of a nice way to get a feeling of a massage to the muscles next to the spine, while you are essentially mobilizing the joints at the same time. You can also reach up above your head. So if you're having a hard time staying in that relaxed position with your arms above your head, you can go in and out of that motion to help you create more space. In general, doing this for 3 to 5 minutes, it can be really helpful and powerful at opening up the area. We did it about 1.5 minutes here. So if you want more time, you can always pop on your roll. All right, and then the last thing we have, so we just built some space in that upper back region. Now we're gonna take your band and we're gonna do a play off of a quarter squat, as well as that first stretch we did, which was called a child rocker, okay? So in this position, your toes are gonna be together, the knees are 2 fist width apart. I'm gonna rock back and I'm gonna now find a quarter squat shape, okay? That push through the foot should engage my back pocket region. So if we're not engaged, you could be too low, you could be too tucked under. So send your tailbone back and push through the feet like they're trying to push down towards the ground. You're gonna take your hands above your head, bring them down the back side of your body. We're gonna do about 10 or so here. If you don't have enough flexibility, you're gonna take the band and just go where you have it. So you're gonna go from the front and you're just gonna bring it back as far as you can until you have enough flexibility to go down the back side of your body. This requires a decent amount of mobility to do, so don't feel bad if it's challenging and if you are not able to get down the entire length of your spine. Let's do about 3 more here. We're still pushing through the feet. You should feel the glutes engaged the entire time. And I think this is 3. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this workout. It should help keep you limber, help to keep you from avoiding some of those annoying nagging injuries that we get from feeling tight. If you're noticing you're tight after you golf, this is also a fantastic way to release any tension that you may feel from your golf game. Thank you so much for joining me, and let me know what you think about it in the comments.